Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Hey man, I get questions sometimes, usually about visas. People are always curious about visas. And some of them I don't know the answers, but I try to provide whatever information I can or try to lead somebody to where they need to go to find out. But whatever, we're going to answer some of those questions here. A lot of them might be basic. These are ones you might already know, but people are still curious. They haven't seen any other videos maybe, or they're getting conflicting information. So I'll try to answer those questions to the best of my ability. And be sure to support the channel. I have links down below for PayPal and Ko-Fi.com. And we're looking to get a quick $75 here for some bits and bobs. So anybody who donates to PayPal or Ko-Fi at least $5, I will send you through your email within 24 hours copies of all of my books. I have 5 books available. Buying them separately would be $9. But for you guys, a donation of $5, you will get them all and they will all be yours. Of course, if you only want to buy 1 or 2, there is a link down below for that as well. If you just want to, if you're picky about which ones you want, let's put it that way. But it would really help. I really appreciate it. And thank you very much. The questions I get are usually some of the same, some of the ones that I've covered before, but I always say I don't expect people to go back through over 700 videos trying to find a specific answer to one question they have, because I do tend to babble a little bit. So yeah, I try to answer some of the more common questions in this video. And the first one is, if you're on the retirement visa extension, the ER, are you allowed to volunteer? Somebody said they heard that you weren't allowed to be a volunteer if you were retired here. That is not true. Yes, you can volunteer as much as you want, anywhere you want, even if you're retired. The ER extension, the retirement extension, basically just means you cannot work in the country and receive money from companies in the country because you're working for them. Of course, volunteering is not working. You're simply providing your time free of charge and helping out in some capacity. So that does not count at all. So if you are retired, if you do have the ER extension, yes, you can volunteer as much as you want. And someone else asked, let me see, where is it here? Yeah, okay, I'm coming in on a tourist visa. Well, which agency should I go to get a retirement visa after that's done? I believe that's the question. English is not the first language of this person, but that's the way I'm seeing it here in my little notes. And again, if you come in on a tourist visa, that's good for 30 days. You can get an additional 30-day extension on that, but then to stay any longer, you have to leave the country. You can't come in on a tourist visa and change it to another type of visa extension or visa type in country. A tourist visa is good for just that. The initial length is 30 days, and you can get one further 30-day extension on that, but that's it. If you want to stay any longer, you do have to leave the country and come back and come back in under, an E-type visa, which is the one you need to stay long term. So yeah, no. The answer to that is no. If you come in on a tourist visa, you cannot change that to another visa or a visa extension in country. But if you come in on an e-visa, you can, when your 30 days is up, yes, you can get whatever extension you need in country. You don't have to leave to get that first extension, but you have to come in on an E-type visa initially. Another question people have is about kids. Like, I'm coming over there to stay long term, and I want to bring my kids, and they're like 13, 14, maybe 8, however however old your kids are, they're not old enough to be adults. So what kind of visa and visa extensions would they need? And that's something I got to say I don't know. I don't know anybody over here that's brought kids to stay long term. I do know that they, no matter the age, every member of the family does need to have an initial visa when they come in, like an E visa if you're staying long term, let's say, and that would apply to the children as well. It's the same price as the adults. The initial one 30 days should be $35 on arrival. But after that initial 30 days, what kind of visa do your children need? I don't know. The last I heard, and this might not be true anymore, was that whichever extension the legal parent or the legal guardian or parent receives, as long as they're together in the country, I've heard that applies to the visa extensions of the children as well, as long as they're under the age of 17, I believe. So like if you came over here to teach English, and you and your child both had your E visas, and after 30 days you received your EB extension in order to teach, then your child would also be covered under that EB extension. Obviously, they don't have to show proof of work because they're not going to be working. But that might have been something for just, this came out during the pandemic, so that might have been something just for the pandemic. But I cannot say with 100% certainty what kind of visa your child, or visa extension your child would need if you are coming here with them to stay long term. I simply don't know. You might want to ask your Cambodian embassy about that in the country you live in, because I'm sure they would have all that useful information. And like I said, I just don't know anybody who's done that, so I wouldn't even know who to ask to find out that information. But if you're coming over here to study, go to school somewhere, you know, a recognized university or something like that, you're a student. They do have a student visa. I believe that's called the K visa extension. I think. I might be wrong about that, but there is an education visa extension you can get here. And to qualify for that, you do need a letter from the school you'll be attending. And you will also have to show proof that you can support yourself in country for the time you're going to be attending that school. So if that's your intention, or if you have an older child, not quite 17, but that's their intention, you would need all that additional information as well. But other than that, I don't know anything about the situation of small children and what extensions they would need. All I know is that when they first arrive, everybody will need their initial visa, and it would be the same for both adults and children. Yeah, that makes sense, right? And then people want to know if they're allowed to travel to other countries under their visa extensions, and that depends. If you get your visa extension, no matter what kind it is, for 1 or 3 months, those are single entry. That means if you only have a 1 or 3 month visa extension, if you leave the country for whatever reason, that visa extension is null and void. It's only good for that one-time use. As soon as you leave the country, it's done. When you come back in, you have to start all over again with your e-visa, and then wait 30 days, then get your visa extension again. But if you're getting your visa extension for 6 to 12 months, that is multiple entry. And if you have a 6 or 12 month visa extension, you can travel as many times as you want, wherever you want, and when you come back, it picks up right where your extension left off. It's good for a whole year. It's multiple entry. You can come and go as many times as you want and not have to worry about getting another visa or having a problem with your visa extension. Because a lot of visa extensions, you can get them for either 1 month, 3 months, 6 months or 12 months. But the 1 to 3, or the 1 and 3 months, like I said, they are only good for one time. They're single entry. As soon as you leave the country, they're expired. But the 6 and 12 months you can use for that whole year. Travel as much as you want without any worries. And you'll be fine. And finally, somebody wanted to know, and I covered this just recently, if you can change your visa extension types, your long-term stays. Like if you're teaching and you decide you don't want to teach, can you get the retirement extension? And if you're retired and you decide you want to teach, can you get the EB visa extension? And the answer is you can do one of those, but you can't do both of those. If you get if you have an EB extension, which is the one you need to work, and you decide you want to retire, you can get your ER extension. You can change the type of extension you have in country with no problem, but you can't reverse it. So if you're here and you receive an ER or retirement visa extension, and then you decide you want to work, you would have to leave the country. You would have to come back in, get your E visa again, wait 30 days, and then apply for your EB extension. You can't change an ER extension into an EB extension, but you can in country, but you can change an EB extension into an ER extension in country. I don't know why that is. Why you can do one, but you can't do the other. But that, you know what they say, that is what it is, man. So, there you go. There's some questions I had that I've been jotting down here over the last few days. I hope that helps some people out there. And be sure to check out all my links down below. Like I said, I have PayPal and Ko-Fi.com. Your donations are important, and they'll really help us out this time of the year. My other channel, Horror Reads, that link is down below. Check out that channel as well. And of course, I have other links for all kinds of stuff down there. So be sure to check all those out, including other channels vlogging from this part of the world, and they are all great. And you can find a list of those down below as well. All right. So from Siem Reap, Cambodia, I will talk to you guys in the next one.